Thank you, Miriam Bell. Somebody on this was talking about me, of course not being a woman, said I identified as one.
Yeah, that was Al.
I'm not sure how you can fucking identify. It's something you're either a male or a female. I mean, at the end of the day, look at it this way. Genders are like cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Anybody can start one.
Yeah.
They're not backed up by anything solid.
No.
And after a little while, the arse end falls down almost all of them.
Pretty much.
with that one there. I'm going to come and meet our latest person just over on this side. We'll see how we go. Good evening. What's your name?
Keith Cheng's not here, so someone's got to creep some.
That's okay. That's okay. You were. It's not your song. We've almost finished our comedy show, but I wanted to know who you were.
Well, terribly unfunny, let's just put it that way.
I beg your pardon? What was that Kiwi for? What was it? Can someone translate for me?
I can't do comedy, but I say we are.
No worries, we're going to start singing very, very shortly. What's your name?
I'll go with that, Angela.
Angela, where are you from, Angela?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Right, gotcha. Are you a local or are you on holidays?
As of 20 years, yes.
As of 20 years, or is of 20 years. What do you love most about the Gold Coast?
The sun.
The sun. Do you know what it is I love most about the Gold Coast? And you would have seen in 20 years, because I lived there 20 years, just the changes that there's been around here. It used to be like one of those real sort of like surfy party towns. Now it's really multicultural. There's people from all over the place that live here. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, thanks, Al.
Well, no, you didn't have, when I first moved here 20 years ago, you didn't have all the Brazilians and all the Colombians and stuff.
I
Stop torturing me.
was a lot younger then.
There's no reason to stop us. Denzo will actually attest. What I love about meeting people from all over the world, though, I have to say, is that once you meet people, you realise the stereotypes about them are just not true. So never stereotype somebody, because if you do, you're going to be incorrect. I'll give you some examples, right? Just in the last, like, say, 2 weeks, I met a Tasmanian guy. He's on holidays with his girlfriend, and they both had 2 different last names. I actually met an Englishman, and he hadn't complained of anything the whole time he was here.
That's just...
I met an American fella, and he was actually quietly spoken. He said nothing obnoxious.
Oh my god.
I met an Indian fella, but I wasn't even catching a taxi. I was at the 7-Eleven. I was just over there, like the one going in. No, that's what I met him. He was in the queue just in front of me, like he was getting a Slurpee as well.
Hi-oh.
But the best one was about 3 days ago. You'll never get this one. I met a New Zealander who actually lives in New Zealand. Folks, I'm going to bring up our last act for the night. Put your hands together for the man that can go a long time. Woo! It's Liam Daly.
Wow, what a sound of that crowd. We've got a full house here tonight. Oh my goodness. Before I start, people that know me very well, this is not the Liam that you know. I'm not even wearing a leather jacket tonight. I freaking look like I'm doing a Keith Cheng impersonation. Bloody name tag on.
You gotta get on your knees first. He's just tall.
Yeah, so I'm wearing a name tag on. You better take that. Yeah. It's something to remember. Oh, for Christ's sake. It wasn't actually from, well, I just burned through about 30 seconds to a minute of my time, didn't I?
Yep.
But yeah, that's just what it's all about, because I'm actually doing some unpolished, untested stuff for the next month. So bear with me, everyone, and give me a round of applause for that. Because maybe that's the only applause I'll ever get for the material I put forward. Let's just see how we go. But yeah, I was actually at Southport just earlier today. Everyone been to Southport? Yeah. Yeah, it's a great place, isn't it? You can park outside the front of your own home or business and still get fines! And he's given a serious look like,
I didn't hear any of that.
he still get fined! I didn't hear that. Oh, goodness. But yeah, it's something that you'll pay attention to. Why don't police have pay wave? Oh, you heard that one, right? I mean, think about it, because they're taking our money anyway. Why don't we just streamline the whole process? Am I right, Johnny? You know?
You're taking the tax first anyway.
Yeah, well, you know,
You don't even see it, it's gone.
well, that's why it's like paywave. So you got the chip on your car, they pull you over, it says, "Beep, have a good day, sir." So you don't know why they pulled you over anyway, they just take your money for that. Got no arguments now, but yeah, you know, you touched upon traffic cops before, you know, they just go by and fine you anyway, just take your bloody money for no reason. You were there for a minute, yeah, well, so was I. And if they don't catch you while they're trying, because they've already got the barcode scanning equipment anyway, so if they catch you speeding, if they don't, well then it turns it into a laser tag version of Grand Theft Auto, doesn't it? They chase you, they're trying to get the... But there have been a few controversies regarding the police, as we all know, but there's one in particular that intrigued me, is that there was actually an officer in Queensland that used the police database to get a woman's information. Yeah. Now, when I read this, I thought to myself, I had no idea that the white pages and police had merged. So whenever you dial and call the police, I guess they'll now ask you, are you here to report a crime? You have to directly assist. Yeah, but here's the thing, because everyone's all silent, but let me put it into context. The police officer gave it to his mate, who was stalking his ex-wife. And Alf was laughing way too hard at that. Yeah, but that's what happened, and obviously this guy that was stalking his ex-wife clearly has never heard of Facebook stalking. And Miriam Bell is looking at me right now, and she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Is she resting face?
Facebook stalking, everybody does it. I mean, everyone here wouldn't know half the things they know about Miriam if not for Facebook! Guys, you wouldn't know birthdays, let alone Miriam's birthday, if not for Facebook!
Hey, Liam,
Yeah?
you're sort of putting yourself into it, because I have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Well, that's good because it's... But here's the thing though, you know, you poke someone on Facebook, yeah, he gets it. It's just a thing, poke someone in real life, Stephen has to register as a sex offender. Write on someone's wall on Facebook saying, I love you, oh, it's just sending a lovely message. Write it on their fence. Yeah, I mean, let's start with vandalism and go from there. That actually did happen, by the way. She took him back. That is a bloody true story. But you know, if there is one thing that I do have, that personal gripe that I do have with police, it would have to be their call out time. 30 minutes. You know, I once called the police out. They said they'd be there in 30 minutes. They arrived 1 week later. That is no joke. But I will say this, I could take care of myself, but there are some times where you think that police intervention may be required. Like for example, if there's a domestic happening next door, you know, when the family, including the family dog's out in the street and they're all fighting each other, when one sibling is chasing the other up the street trying to stab the other, when you've got gangs bashing each other up on the street corner, when you've got people stealing cars on fire outside the front of your own home, don't worry, I see the look on your face. We're not talking about surfers, talking about Logan, you're good. Although it may be different around schoolies, I don't know. But still, 30 minutes. And this is probably where we could relate. 30 minutes call out time. Do you know who else has a call out time of 30 minutes?
No.
Yes, you do. Yeah, exactly! And they guarantee that if your pizza's not there in 30 minutes, you get your money back. No way you're getting your tax dollars back if the police don't get there in 30 minutes. But here's a way to test the effectiveness of the police call out time in your area. Call pizza delivery and police to the same location, see who gets there first. Because, but think about it, we're all in deep thought right now. Because if you call and the police get there first, then you can say to them, congratulations, it was a test, you passed. Your reward will be here shortly. And at least if the pizza... I'll give you guys a second. If the unpolished, untested stuff, and it's going.
It's really good.
There you go. You know, I'm almost finished this bit. I can go into my other stuff, but everyone's laughing too much. It'll be 10 minutes and I won't be able to get through my other stuff, but that's okay. That's what comedy's all about. Woo! But the other point of the punchline is that if the pizza gets there for the police to, at least you got something to eat while you're being shoved in the back of a paddy wagon for filing a false police report. Yeah. And while you're in the back of that paddy wagon, you can say, hey, meat lovers. Oh, yeah. At least they bring the bacon. That's an audience divider right there. But you know what? That is an adequate reaction. You know, there are some very good cops out there. They're heroes of our time. Those, of course, are not the ones that I concern myself with. I mean, they do deserve a round of applause, guys. You know.
They're not flying here. They're actually fascinating.
And if there are any cops here tonight, well, please don't go looking me up on your database later. He gets the call back. One person gets the call back, that's fine. You're probably wondering, why am I talking so much about cops and everything? Well, I have a confession to make, ladies and gentlemen. I am in fact a bogan. I may not look it, but I am the most well-dressed, well-presented bogan in all of existence. Well, maybe not as well-dressed tonight. I kind of feel like I put myself on the spot wearing a shade of grey in this 50 Shades of Grey kind of culture. Go out and surfers. She gets it. The most well-dressed, well-spoken bogan in all of existence. And people are probably thinking, oh, well, you know, everyone's got their bad spots. You know, you got Howzos as well, Stephen, right? You got Howzos, yeah? Where I come from, Logan, we got the whole city! Let me tell you a little bit about Logan very quickly, because I'm sure I've got a few minutes left, and I'll quickly get through it as much as possible, because he's intrigued by it. Yeah, just keep, hey, it's my time to waste! This is my time! Leave me alone! For Christ's sake! So anyway, like I was saying, talking about Logan, because Bogans, of course, were outcast because of the way they dressed and the way they acted. And they were outcast from places like Brisbane and Gold Coast. And we had to band together and form together. A group of Bogans came together. Or, as the collective noun is known, as a Logan. Hence the name, Logan City.
Yes.
Logan City! Yeah, he's probably thinking now, oh, you know, everywhere's got their pros and cons, right? Yeah, well, Logan, we got all the cons! In fact, the only pros we got are prospective rugby players. They come from Logan because they're experts at running with things in their arms really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something else, and maybe you've all read about this, but the mayor of Logan, has been arrested for domestic violence, drink driving, and electorate fraud.
No.
He's been in jail. He's still our mayor.
No way.
He is still the mayor, which just goes to show you that being a mayor in Logan, you don't need a resume. You just need a criminal history, a criminal record. Because in Logan, only crims respect crims. I won't listen to anyone else. Yeah, and you guys at the back could probably relate, you know, how in your streets, you know, you play tag, you're it. Yeah? In our street, we played stab, you're it. And we look for other players. There are other kids that play cops and robbers all the way through to adulthood. You know, the friendly neighbourhood, there are some friendly people in your neighbourhood. Like, for example, you know, in your neighbourhood, you got people that would lend you tools and other things. We do the same thing in Logan. Be like, yeah, can I borrow your Phillips head? Yeah, sure, just wipe it off after you use it, mate. Had some roofers that were fixing our roof, and they actually locked their keys in their car. And the nerve, they actually came to me and said, don't suppose you know how to unlock a locked door in a car? So just because I'm from Logan, what I said to them was, look, mate, you know what, just leave it there overnight, someone will unlock it for you. And here's a little side note as well that I just remembered. I actually drove past the locksmith. This isn't even part of my routine, just add this in. I drove past the locksmith and on the side of it, it said Brisbane, Ipswich and Gold Coast. On the side where it services. Guess there's no need for locksmiths in Logan. God, but we talk about Logan, You know, they have they have exercise equipment in the parks, which I guess is really good for teaching people how to do prison workouts in the open yard. That's good, because the last time I told that, you didn't get it. That's a call back to the time where there are a couple more to go. You sort of look at me, they sort of look at me, and Stephen's like, what? Freaking Logan. Or he's just folding his arms so he can protect his pressure points under his arms as carotid arteries. Yeah, something like that. What was the bloody other play? Yeah, Logan. You know, I will say this about Logan. I think that it is really, like, I forget what the word is. I'll remember it later. Just some word. You know, how they have luxury car dealers in Logan. If that isn't the ultimate flytrap. You know, walk into a car dealership and go to a Lexus in Logan and think to yourself, wait a second, why would anyone buy a car in Logan? A Lexus is freaking comes over here. It's starting to lose the audience. But unpolished, untested, strike that one out. I've got a couple more and then I'll finish.
That's what she said.
I can last a very long time. This is if I were to do my good stuff, but I don't wanna. I'll go another 20 minutes just to prove you wrong. I'll go into my other routine of marriage equality, car park routine, and all those other things. Talk about
Do good stuff.
Yeah, do the good stuff.
She called you on it.
That was it.
I'll finish on the last couple of points of this one, and then if I'm allowed to go another 5 minutes, I'll do a bonus one for you. What do you reckon?
Alright.
Okay.
Why do you love Logan?
Okay, the last couple of points about Logan, you know, because they have disposable, the disposable needle boxes in toilets, which I guess is really generous for all the diabetics. You know, some people say, you know, it's dangerous going in Logan toilets. You never come alone.
Don't look at me.
One more point and then I'll get to the best stuff. You know, in Logan... We are having fun. We are having fun. The last point about Logan, then I'll do my other stuff. You know, how in Logan, our child, you have sung Silent Night to go to sleep at night. I couldn't go to sleep at night unless I heard sirens at night. Instead of counting 1, 2 sheep, I was counting domestics. True story. But I will keep going. I'll do my best routine because you guys have been such a lovely audience. And of course, people who probably don't know my name, I'll tell you what it is right now, in case you didn't notice. My name is Liam, and people think that's short for William. Well, it isn't. It's actually short for Valium. Yeah, well, my mother was a chemist and my father grew up in the 60s. Match made in heaven. Hence the name, Valium Daily. And yes, my last name is actually Daly, which I get from my father's side. And my mother's last name is actually Punchard. We verified that with Johnny Minter over here, so I was like, yeah, no. And she didn't want to get married because if she did, her last name would have legally been known as Mrs. Punchard Daly. Sad, funny, but true. She doesn't know whether to believe it, but you know what? It actually could be worse. Some people are named after where they're conceived. Wouldn't it suck if that's why you were named Allie? You know, because you were conceived in the back of an alley? Yeah, she gets it. But you know what really sucks? Being tall. Am I right, tall people? Yeah, because everyone expects you to reach up in high places for them. You know, I can't go up to a short person and ask them to reach down below. Otherwise, you think I'm being inappropriate. But you know what's really inappropriate? I once saw a mother go into an adult store with her underage kid. Now, we've got a couple of mothers here. Would you do that with your child? Yes? No? Are you actually a mother? Sorry, I made an assumption. You're not a mother. I thought I did. Well, look, I will have to say this. I guess the kid did have to learn about the birds and vibrating bees at some point. And she's kind of sitting there silent because, you know, what she's thinking right now is not, oh my God, she went in there with her kid. She's thinking, what was I doing watching people going in and out of an adult store? Fair enough. Has anyone actually been in an adult store before?
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. So what's it like, instead of trying it on, see if it fits, what you try it in, see if it fits? I mean, yeah. It'll make it even more awkward than ever before to have to ask the sales clerk for a bigger size.
I wanted to say something back. It was
What was that?
oh, no,
Please,
well, I'm finishing.
Hi-oh!
Hi.
Just bounced off every wall and
Whoa.
Stephen gets it. Hey Stephen, let me ask you a personal question. Have you ever raced an elevator down the stairs?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you have. To prove the stairs is faster, right? Same reason why I race a train with my car. Woo! But yeah, you know, I don't like taking trains personally because I'm worried it's not the only thing I'll end up catching. I'm worried I'll either catch a disease or a beating. And for people that aren't really catching on, remember, I'm from Logan, just to put that back in context. Logan public transport, trains, yeah. But I don't like taking the bus either. I consider the bus to be racist. You think about it. You have to hail it to get on. And Stephen is always hating that one. Hey, let me ask you another personal question. Have you used Tinder? Any Tinders here? Any Tinder? Yeah? Yeah? So you can probably relate. It's a lot like sex ed when you think about it. It's practice for if a date goes well. You know, because you're using the thumb, using one finger to swipe, using two fingers. Hell, if you're really an expert, you can use the tongue to swipe. Swiping up yeses, something good will come from it. Oh, that's where it's like, yeah, but I'm nearly done.
Ring the bell.
Almost done. But I will say, you know, they have Grindr for the gay community. But why do they call it Grindr? Shouldn't it be called Grind Him? Then you're not going to like the next one because a really good name. Because I can't, for the life of me, I can't find any lesbian dating apps. I mean, they may as well just call it Glitter. Hell, they may as well just call all dating apps Glitter because you can never find it. You can never find it. I will end on this one. I have been doing comedy for over a year now, but I will say this: I would never want to marry a comedian. Because think about it.
What?
Oh no!
No!
Because think about it. If we ever get separated, she gets half my jokes in a divorce. Which would be ironic because she never got any of my jokes before. I think everyone's just had enough. But thank you very much. My name is Liam, and I will see you guys next time.
Well done, Liam, Charlie Bates. That's come to the end of our comedy show. Liam, you were talking before about the police taking 30 minutes. What the fuck do you tell the police to make them take 30 minutes to get there?
Well, it's an emergency in Logan.
I fucking ring him up and seriously, I ring him up and I say there's a bloke walking down the street with a beer in his hand. Right, the police are there instantly. If you want assistance instantly, don't worry about calling the police, you call up a towie. Right, you call a towie, you'll be there in 3 minutes, and about 8 of them will turn up, iron bars, the lot. But that's come to the end of our comedy show. We have a live comedy here every Monday night, 8:30 p.m, every Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. If you did see someone you liked tonight, do me a favour, walk up to them, shake hands with them, tell them they did a good job. And if you saw someone that really sucked, do me a favour, walk up to them, shake hands with them, tell them they did a good job, and they need all the fucking encouragement they could get. If you got a song you want to sing, put your name down over here, let's party on. Thank you.